on.
This is going to be a position to start off engaging your gastroc or calf with a little less threat of loading or putting pressure on things in the foot that already hurt. So I'm going to use the edge of the step, and I'm just going to have my heels hanging off the edge of the step. And rather than doing a heel raise, I'm going to think about trying to keep some pressure on my big toe, and I'm going to just stop my heels from dropping off the step. So I'm just going to hold in this position for an extended period of time. Usually I tell people a minimum of 30 seconds, a maximum of 2 minutes. Now the only thing I do tell people to think about is when I stand here, a lot of patients will go into this sway back position because that's kind of the way they're used to standing. So I do want to think about pulling my ribs down and kind of squeezing my butt underneath me. If that's too awkward at first, you could put fingertips on here so you're not really bearing a lot of weight, but you have a little bit of support. So I just look to see that you can tuck your butt underneath you and you hold this position. And this is something that, just like I said, engages your calf in an isometric fashion with all your body weight on it. Without moving, you're a little less likely to create pain in some of those other structures, whether it be your tibialis posterior, your peroneal tendon, even Achilles tendon. You know, you're not really moving or putting a lot of load on that tendon, so this mid-range isometric is a pretty safe starting point. And then from here, if you're doing this for 2 or even 3 minutes and you're saying, well, this is kind of easy, well, you do the same thing on one leg, right? Now, let's come around this way. So for the one leg version, I just want to watch that as I put all my weight on my right leg, my tendency is going to be to shift over this way. So if I have my weight on my right leg, I do want to keep my left hand touching something, so I can almost even lean a little bit that way, and that helps me keep a little bit more pressure on my big toe. A lot of us tend to rock more to the outside of our feet. So I do want to make sure that when I get into this, I'm going to keep this left hand on something, so I can keep that weight on the big toe and stop myself from shifting. I really feel like I'm pressing the pad of my big toe into the ground, which has given me a little bit more of an awareness of the inside of my calf doing something, versus if I don't hold this, I'm automatically going to want to shift out towards my lateral foot, and then I may feel more overloading of my lateral calf. So opposite hand stays put, and it's the same 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and you should feel a fair amount of fatigue, hopefully more in the muscle belly, nothing as far as tendon attachments in your foot.